The Curse of the Watchmaker. In an ancient town where stone streets remember the footsteps of many generations, there lived a man named Alex. He was a watchmaker, known throughout the neighborhood for his craftsmanship. In his small workshop, full of antique clocks and movements, Ivan spent his days fixing and restoring ancient chronometers. One day, late in the evening, when Alex was about to close his workshop, he received a strange visitor. It was a tall man in a black cloak and hat, whose face was hidden by a thick shadow. "I hear you are the best watchmaker in town," said the stranger. "I have a watch that needs fixing, but they're special." He pulled out an antique pocket watch from under his cloak. The watch was incredibly beautiful, with a gold case and exquisite engraving. But it wouldn't go, and the hands froze at midnight. Alex took the watch in his hands and felt a strange heaviness. "I'll try to fix them," he replied. The stranger nodded and, leaving the watch, silently walked away as if he had vanished into the night. The next day Alex started working on the clock, but the more he tried to understand the mechanism, the more strange things he found. The clock was incredibly complex, with many small parts, each of which seemed out of place. Alex spent hours at work, but the mechanism wouldn't budge. One night, when Alex was working on the clock again, he heard a low whisper. When he looked around, he saw no one, but the whisper grew louder. It was coming from the clock itself. Alex listened and discerned the words, "Set us free." Feeling strangely uneasy, Alex continued his work, and suddenly the clock started to go by itself. The hands slowly but surely began to move, and with each turn the whispering grew louder. Suddenly strange things began to happen in the workshop. The shadows on the walls came to life. The tools began to move by themselves, and the air was filled with icy cold. Alex realized that the clock was cursed. He remembered the old legend of the clockmaker who made a deal with otherworldly forces to create the perfect mechanism. But the price was high. The souls of his loved ones were imprisoned in the clock, and now they sought release. Realizing that he must help these souls, Alex set to work with a new purpose. He studied ancient books and consulted with sages until he found a way to break the curse. On the night of the full moon, he gathered again in his workshop, preparing everything he needed for the ritual.